Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 45th edition of Alabama Crimson Tide Live from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Coach Johnny Burts, as we go over our take on the latest news and notes on the Crimson Tide, including on how it's 54 days away until kickoff of the 2025 Alabama Crimson Tide season. And let me tell you something, folks, you're going to be in for a wild ride. How you doing today, good buddy?
Doing well, doing well. Staying busy. It's summer jobs. I'm nitpicking around the house and getting stuff done, and then getting ready for the season that's coming up.
Oh,
SEC
yeah.
media days and all that kinds of rolling. All that stuff's rolling around. So I'm kind of getting excited. It's starting to get that time. That feel, that atmosphere. So
Right
doing
there.
okay.
Right there with you, partner.
I
Right there with you.
guarantee
And
you.
and we got a comment from Bob Rutherford giving out a roll tide roll. And a roll tide to you too, Bob Rutherford. Getting close football season, baby.
There you go.
There we go. And we've got the YouTube memberships of Alabama with the Voice College Football for $2.99. Member for $2.99. Where you'll have a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments and in the live chat. And you get the custom emojis to use in the live chat and in the comments. And you get a member shout out. For $4.99 a month, you can become a Saban Disciple, where you'll get priority replies to comments and access to a monthly hangout. With yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Coach Burts, Coach Smook Hines, Jeffrey Only Talk Sports, and Manny Wilson, who is back tomorrow on tomorrow's edition of Alabama Primetime Live 20. And of course, you got the 99 cent a month Bear Bryant Legends membership, where you could connect on social media with each of us and give out content requests of any kind. And neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor this miserable Alabama heat will put a stop to us from fulfilling your content request, all right here on Alabama at the Voice of College Football.
Can't get much better than that.
Agreed. And of course, where I've got at Alabama VOCFB down below me, you can give it a follow on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Let's get each of those counts to 1,000 followers before the season starts. Oh man. Well, what are we expecting from media days this year? That's what I'm curious about. Because there's going to be a lot of people wanting to talk to Kayla DeBoer, see how he's doing. What do you think, Coach?
Well, I think one, they're going to want to talk about recruiting. Second, they're going to want to talk, about the schedule. Third, or I say third, they want to talk about quarterback situation always. But really, Alabama is in a great situation right now. Um, it recruiting has been for the past month. Recruiting has been just unbelievable. And I'm talking about high school recruits, not transfers and stuff like that. But really, really getting some commitments from some great players. Hopefully, in the end, we'll be able to hang on. But right now, it's looking pretty good, especially at the edge rush and receivers. Really looking great there. I love the size. I love the speed that we've recruited. Um, Pretty much with SEC media days, coaches are going to do the old blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But I think it's an honor to the players that are invited to attend and speak. And sometimes I'll sit there and think to myself, who should Alabama bring to SEC media days? You always want to bring a leader, somebody that's been there, knows the program, and that kind of stuff. So if I were Alabama this year, SEC media days, I'd focus on defense. And Deontay Lawson, he's senior, been there the whole the entire time. Keenan, I would look at somebody like him that's got a good coming off a great season. To me, Keenan. I would look at putting, bringing those guys in there and letting them, speak. And I think they're probably a couple of good leaders for the team. And then offensively, I would like to see somebody like Ryan Williams get up there and, because they're going to ask him some crazy questions and stuff like that. I'd like to see. It's time. There's so much is too much is given, too much is expected, and so I would put him out there if he's mature enough to handle it. And and pretty much as a coach, after talking with your players and visiting with them and recruiting them and spend a lot of time with them, film room, all this other kind of stuff that they have to do these days, you kind of know. You kind of get an idea of character and who are the leaders are, and who can be put in a situation like that. And because somebody's always probably going to want to get one of those gotcha questions, gotcha, that kind of stuff. And so you want people, you pretty much know those type of individuals that are mature enough, seasoned enough to handle that type of script. And but I would lean on the defense, and I'd put Ryan Williams out there. Let him take a little control.
Oh yeah,
if he's willing.
MJ Thompson says a sophomore at media days. It's a new era, I guess. Well,
yeah.
I
mean, and then you have to look at who does the media want to speak with? I think they'd want to talk to Mr. Lightning over there. I know I would. I'd want to ask him a couple of questions. What have you been doing this summer? Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Jazz it up, man. Bring the ones they want to talk to. Ryan Williams is one of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're definitely going to be waiting and seeing who's going to be attending with Kalen DeBoer later on in this show. But
Jack, do you know when they're going to announce? I know they haven't announced it yet, but when will? I know it's going to be in the next few days that they'll announce who's going to be attending with Coach DeBoer.
Oh, it's like I'm just like looking it up, and it's like it's showing me like 2024 players. It's like show me Joe Miller. It's like Joe Miller's gone. Come on, man. He's not. He's a Seahawk.
So yeah, they haven't named it yet, but we'll find out that probably sometime later this week who they're going to take to Atlanta. I'm tired of it being in Atlanta. Why does it always have to be in Atlanta? Let's roaming around. Let's go over to Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, Tennessee. Not always Atlanta. Well, no, wait. I'm sorry for people catch me. I spoke too soon. I know they used to have it at the beach.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they had last year's in Texas.
Oh, they did? So I'm wrong. I thought it was every year in Atlanta. Okay.
No, it's not every. They've had it in Birmingham. Like they had one year in Nashville, I think.
Okay. Well, my bad. All right. I spoke too soon. Foot and mouth. Pull it out.
I always say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, exactly. I spoke too soon. I need to do my research, my due diligence.
Well, that happens. But, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. The quarterback questions, I'm sure Coach DeBoer is going to get a lot of that.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of that. And if he hopefully this summer, they've been in town. I mean, now it's, we used to, like Coach Hudspeth and we used to go home during the summer and get that summer job and make some money so you could have some spending money when you went back to school. Worked hard in the summer with those summer jobs. And now there's 24/7. And so he knows.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe he'll pop out and say, this is our guy. And we're going with this guy. And enough said. Lay it to rest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Lay it all to rest.
Yeah, obviously that's going to be asked. And so he's got an opportunity. He can lay it to rest. And this is where we're going. And things may change like they've done many times. I remember Jalen Hurts stepping in that opening game. So, I mean, quarterback position. So things change. But you can go ahead and get some consistency and some thought process amongst the players right now by just going ahead and this is it. And this is where we're going first game. Things change. We'll go from there.
Well, and I'm sure Coach DeBoer is going to be asked about the chemistry with Ryan Williams and Isaiah Horton. So that's going to be a good one right there.
I hope it's good. It looks like it. What we know about summer workouts and what they're doing over the summer looks like it's going to be pretty good. I'll tell you what. I've been looking at those receivers that they're getting those commitments from for the future. Woo, there's some good ones. That dog will hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a win for sure. So,
Hey, let me ask you this. I've seen On Three and Rivals or whatever, but they're not. Today I looked at. They're not showing Owen. Is it Cable or Cabell?
Cabell.
Cabell. I don't see them listing him as a commitment.
Nah, he committed.
Well, I know that. I've seen it on numerous sites, but I was looking at On Three and Rivals, and it doesn't show that. Now, it may have changed this afternoon.
247 shows June 30th. Rival / On 3 says committed for June 30th.
Okay. And so, well, is it listed in their rankings, team rankings?
He's not very high, but
because I was looking at that and I didn't see, and I looked this afternoon, I did not see his name.
Wow. Way I look at sometimes it's great to get him while the iron's hot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, you look at his measurements, and I mean size, speed. Woo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're going for some, and I remember way back when I used to watch USC and UCLA and out west and that kind of stuff, and they'd always have this tall, lanky kid out there at receiver, and and down south we'd have that 5'10". Well, phew. Well, so it's interesting. Times have kind of changed for somebody like me that remembers. Back in the old days, they'd get these, little scat, whatever. And today, you got some tall guys with some speed. Training is everything.
Oh yeah.
Training, they're being taught well.
Well, Coach, I gotta ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you buying tomorrow?
What am I buying tomorrow?
Yeah, because tomorrow's Prime Day. I don't know what to do here.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Tomorrow's Prime Day? I thought that was later on in the fall. Where they have 2 or 3 of them?
Oh, they got 2, 3. Oh, they got.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me what I should. Give me a hint.
Let's ask the doppelganger of Mark Rogers.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
That's right. Shop on Amazon using the link to support the Voice of College Football. You don't need to buy the product. It doesn't cost you a penny. You get the same shopping experience, and you got the link down below. All righty. So we've got some moms setting the record straight, including.
Hey, man, I like it when Mama gets in there. Hey.
Oh, there we go.
And
Xavier Griffin's mom has heard the accusations that Nick Saban was helping the Tide recruit. Like, no, Nick Saban's retired. He's sitting and chilling out.
Man, I can tell you this. The one thing you know about Nick Saban is, he's going to promote Alabama. But as far as Nick Saban getting on the phone and all that kind of stuff, he's not going to step on it. He's not going to intrude on another coach and that kind of stuff. If he can, whatever he can do to support Alabama, Nick Saban's going to do it. But as far as as what, and this is typical media, not media, just, I mean, people, out there just want to just stir it up and create controversy and that kind of stuff. Nick Saban's not that way. That guy's a class act. And if Kalen DeBoer wants him to help, Kalen DeBoer will ask him. But as far as, people saying, oh, Nick Saban had to step in. Not happening.
No.
Come on, people. I mean, come on, people. I mean, you've been watching Nick Saban for years and years and years. The guy does not operate that way.
Like, good.
I saw that. I read that. And I was like, stupid. Just people trying to, create controversy.
Oh yeah.
Get a few clicks.
Hey, that's the business. Like, say something controversial, and it's boom, right there, right then and there.
Plant those seeds of doubt, that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you, Kalen DeBoer is running that program, and I guarantee you, Nick Saban is happy doing what he's doing, and not whatever. But if asked to do something for Alabama, he'll do it in a second.
Oh yeah. So here we got this post from Xavier Griffin's mom on Ats.
I read it.
And here it is. She says, "Let me make this clear for Zay_social. Recruitment when it comes to Alabama makes me mad to hear Kalen DeBoer can't recruit because our coach and his staff did a great job. I met Saban once, but he is not the one that offered or talked to us at any point. At Crob45, Christy Robinson is the GOAT that got my son to Bama. Love our staff. Can't wait. Roll Tide."
There you go. Hey, when it comes from Mama, bank on it.
There you go. I mean, it's like, and it's like I've been telling everybody right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football in each of the recruiting videos. When we were down in the top 30, when we were outside the top 25 for the 2026 recruiting classes, I told everybody we're getting back up to the top 5. We're getting back up there, and we're back in the top 5 as stated on Saturday. We are back in the top 5. We're coming for that 3 spot. We're coming for 2. We're coming. I think we can take USC's spot, but that's definitely another time for another day. But I know Xavier Griffin is going to be really happy to be a part of the Crimson Tide family in Tuscaloosa because it will be a fun.
And I'm going to tell you, Jack. I mean, what they're bringing in, it's slow, but it is quality. Man, those guys. I mean, you got receivers running 4.4, and they're 6 feet 4, 6 feet 5 inches running 4.4s, and I mean, goodness gracious. Cabell out of Nashville, unbelievable. Great get. Got to keep them. Got to keep them focused.
There you go. That's all you got to do. Keep them focused.
I just wish they'd get out of the old one-day signing day. I wish if you want to commit, sign the whatever, and let's get it on. Let's move on. Why do we have to wait? I know the drama and all this other kind of stuff, but I mean, come on.
You wouldn't have liked yesterday's watch party on the Florida State channel, Florida Miami channel then.
Yeah.
Because because like Leanne Grant and I were watching, and I forget the guy's name, but we did a watch party on him Sunday, and he put on Miami hat. Nope. He put a Florida hat on. Nope. So he choose Florida State hat. He's like, yep, it fits. I thought that was funny, to be honest.
Yeah, the trolls, the trolling, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I just wish you commit, sign it, get it over with. What's the big deal? Why do we have to wait for blah, 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 all these months and stuff like that? It's just stupid. Commit. And it puts pressure on families, and it puts pressure on the kids. They're constantly being called, texted, emailed, Twittered, Instagrammed, not Twittered, X'd, all that kind of stuff, truthed. So get it over with. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, Griffin. I know he's happy in Tuscaloosa. A lot of our guys are happy in Tuscaloosa. I don't think we got to worry about losing our guys to Florida State for sure. It's not like the '90s where Bobby Bowden was stomping everybody into a mud hole.
Yeah, yeah. He was back then. He was in Birmingham. He was at. I may have told you this. If I have, sorry, I'm going. Uh, anyway, going back to it, but he was at Howard College, which today is Sanford University in Birmingham, Alabama. And at the same time, I've got it in my father was at Sanford University at the same time, and I've got my father's annual, university annual, and I look through it and I see my dad, whatever, and then I go, because Burks, Burks, Bowden, BO, and so I look through it and there's Bobby Bowden right there, Sanford University or Howard College. So anyway, it's funny looking back and seeing that, and I can't remember if they were in the same class or different classes, but they were there at Howard College, Howard University. They're in Birmingham, now Sanford, at the same time. Funny. Old Coach Bowden, he's a good one. Hey, you need to ask old Feinbaum about, Bowden. Have you asked him about Bowden opportunity to come to Alabama after Coach Bryant?
Well, if I can meet him off air at some point, I could probably do something like that.
I remember he's talked about it before, but there was this blah blah blah, and then there was a second opportunity, I guess. I don't know
LSU.
if it's, huh?
I think it was LSU or something.
Yeah, there were a couple of opportunities for Alabama to recruit Bobby Bowden to Tuscaloosa, but didn't happen. Anyway, but yeah, fun times.
Well, I will say we've definitely got more fun times, and it's from the Voice of College Football website. Got to go ahead and put it in the chat. We've got the website all over the place. We've got the links. We've got the videos. We've got the shows. We're covering it all right here at the Voice of College Football. We got the writing team. We've got the host. We've got everybody all right there. Look at them. Run, run, run. Well, there's Coach Burks. There's me. There's all of us here. Matthew Lennox, who joined us on last week's edition of Crimson Tide Live for the early Florida State preview. And we got the list of shows. Florida Gators Live on Sundays. Mondays are massive. So are Tuesdays. You got the channels. If your favorite team's not on there, don't worry. We're going to add it. We promise you. And there's the forum discussions. Look at them go. Run, run, run. You got them all. And the news articles. All right there. Well, speaking of Florida State, I heard AJ McCarron had something to say on his podcast the other day. Or it was because he heard about the On3 interview of Thomas Castellanos, where he was shooting that mouth off on Bama. But he talked about this is what he said on the Dynasty podcast they co-host. AJ says, quote, "Where do you even start? You're going to a team that was 17th out of 17 teams in the ACC. You're leaving a team and lost the starting job where you finished 9th in the ACC. Listen, I'm all for confidence, but this is stupidity." Couldn't agree more.
Hey, he learned from the best, Coach Saban. I mean, and interesting analysis and the way he's saying it, because obviously, Coach Saban reined in his coaches, assistant coaches, and pretty much didn't allow them to mouth off and that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying mouth off in a bad way, but go on and put themselves out there. But evidently, Coach DeBoer doesn't have a problem with it. But and then also, I mean, true words. I mean, why would you? I mean, we talked about this, several weeks ago. Why would you run your mouth and that kind of stuff? And you don't have a lot to base it on. And so, but yet you're going to say things like that, and it's stupid. I mean, you go into a new school, and now you're putting all your. They don't know you. I mean, it's a new team. They don't know you.
Yeah.
They haven't been around you very much, and then you're going to shoot your mouth off like you're whatever, and doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If I went into, I'd get players' respect, teammates' respect, coaches' respect before I'd shoot my mouth off. But then, boom, he walks right in, feels comfortable enough to blah, 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 bladder his mouth, and it is stupid. I agree with AJ. It's dumb.
Oh.
You got to earn respect.
Yeah.
It's easy to talk trash. Backing it up is a different thing. And so, yeah, and we talked it back then. I mean, we talked about it back then is, yeah, it's going to be locker room, and he's already, good luck to him. I mean, Alabama's defense is going to be pretty dang good. Good luck to him, because if it didn't work out for Florida State, this guy's going to be a buffoon, and he's going to lose a lot of teammates' respect.
I mean, you made big plays. I mean, you got that viral big play you made against Northern Illinois from 2023, I think. But that's not really anything to brag about. I mean, it's against Northern Illinois. Oh, right. They beat Notre Dame last season. Okay, never mind. I got to stop talking about Northern Illinois.
Blah, 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 fluke, all that kind of stuff. Stuff like that happens. But, I mean, it's great, but that doesn't give you the right to come in and trash the team. Probably one of, if not the biggest, but one of the biggest, games that you're going to have, teams you're going to play against. You're going to go in and run your mouth with, you have nothing to back it on, and not very smart, stupid. Jay McCarron, I agree with him. I read everything he said. I agree. And as a coach, Norvell, as a coach, why would you let why would you let him come in and run his mouth like that? Maybe he's called him in and had a little sit down with him and said, look, shut your face. Just play ball. We don't need this, but it's already out there. So good luck to him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because it's like, yeah, you finished second in passing efficiency by Jaden Daniels 2023. I mean, that's good. But let's see if you could continue that at Florida State, which, I mean, I kind of feel like he can, but I don't think. But obviously, he's not beating the Tide. It's just not happening.
Well, I got news for him. Somebody from Alabama's defense is going to put their shoulder, their chest right underneath his chin. So, good luck, buddy.
It's going to be miserable.
You created a bullseye, a little target. Good luck, buddy. See if you can back it up. And if you don't back it up, see ya. Teammates going to lose a lot of respect for you. You won't be lucky if he's in the, behind the center very many more plays or more games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not going to end well for him. So, it's just not. But we'll definitely wait and see what happens. But, I mean, we've got 54 days.
Yeah.
So, there's plenty of time to kill.
And there's time for him to walk it back and just say, I know, I was running my mouth a little bit, but Alabama's a good team. We're going to play hard. We're going to, do the little chat him up and that kind of stuff. Well, he's got time to do that. But if he's going to, keep running his mouth, he's just going to make it harder on himself.
Oh, yeah. Like that is just something you do not do. You do not run your mouth on Bama. You don't run your mouth on Ohio State or Georgia or Clemson or anybody that's a believer. You don't run your mouth on anybody. I mean, anybody in college football or NFL or anything in general.
Well, like AJ said, why generate locker room talk? Why generate that? It's stupid. You're just
Yeah,
helping the other team. The other team's going to be a lot of chatter. So we'll see.
agreed. I mean, at least he's not doing that whole stomping on the team logo before the game. I hope he's not dumb enough to do that. If he's doing well, okay, no. That's a home game, so it's like, okay, you're good. You're not doing that, but still, like, I don't think anybody should be doing that because, like,
You talking about old Terrell Owen, right?
when I've seen NFL teams do that, I don't think I've seen colleges do that. I mean, you can do the flagpole on the team logo when you win, like that's fine.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you win, you should do that. Honestly, it's like just kind of be like,
No,
I own you.
win with class. Just you won, enjoy it, celebrate in the locker room, celebrate on the bus, celebrate on the drive or flight back home. But just
Ain't
add that
nothing,
little
ain't
dynamic.
nothing wrong with
Mhm.
saying I own you for the whole year.
Yeah, just say it. But I mean, just carrying it out to other stuff. Not very smart.
Yeah.
Not going to help you. We learned from Miami, the Hurricanes, way back in the 80s, 90s. What happened in 93 Sugar Bowl against Alabama
Oh,
came back to, yeah. They
well,
got
their
brought.
issue was they were
And that
shooting their
ruined
mouths
them.
off
That
before the
ruined
game.
everything. Wait,
And
say again.
Miami's issue was they were shooting their mouths off before the start of the game, acting like they had the game won already.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, if you're winning, you can brag all you want, but the game hasn't been played yet. You don't do any shooting your mouth off, no bragging, no nothing. You just focus on game 1, games 2 through 12, everybody on your schedule.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, so we'll see. Mr.
Oh
Florida
man.
State quarterback.
Oh man.
And
The,
then what
the,
if he has an injury before during fall practice? Man, you talking about? Oh man, that would be crazy. But anyway,
yeah, he'll be all right, man. But yeah, but we'll wait and see what happens for the Alabama Florida State matchup.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Well, looks like we're gonna do an early season preview of losing a Monroe. Oh my God! Like it's but no worries. We'll be previewing better games for you. We promise you that. Because
Well, I can tell you this. I mean, La Monroe, who when I played against them, they used to be Northeast Louisiana. They used to be the Indians, but then we had the political wokeness of the. Now they're the Warhawks, whatever the crap that is. Um, anyway, I played against them with Bubby Brister. You ever heard that name?
yeah,
Yeah, old Bubby Brister was quarterback there. He was at LSU, then transferred to Northeast and wound up, I guess, Philadelphia Eagles, that kind of stuff. But he was quarterback when I was down there in Monroe. But I can tell you this. I mean, this senior portal transfer university. I think like 2/3, at least 2/3 of their starters are senior transfers.
good grief.
And that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's not, a lot of these schools like La Monroe and other schools at that, Jacksonville State, UNA, other teams, Middle Tennessee, that's what's going to happen. These players that, go through the whatever and things don't work out, they're going to use this one last opportunity to transfer and recreate themselves and that kind of stuff. But man, I'm gonna tell you that if you look at their depth chart, man, it is transfer university.
Oh,
I mean, you look at their offensive line. I mean, offensive projected starters. I mean, it's just transfer, transfer, transfer. You look at defense, transfer, transfer, transfer. Now, the good and the bad of that. Good is they're seniors. All right, so they've been around. Okay. The bad of that is continuity. They never played together. And so now you're going to bring them in. You're going to put them together for this amount of time and expect them to show up against Alabama. And who knows? It may work. Somewhere it's going to work. There's going to be a team that's going to be transfer portal university and 2/3 of their team, and they're going to upset somebody. But that's going to be a 1 in a million shot. But La Monroe, all right, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like,
hey, they got a history against Alabama.
Oh yeah,
I was there.
07 sucked.
I was there.
Oh man, but we'll definitely, but don't want to call it early, but that's a 49-3 victory.
And we talked last week about home game winning percentages and the best and the blah blah blah, and then we were sitting there looking at the SMU. And but Alabama's got an 82% chance of winning that game. So La Monroe, they'll get their big paycheck, and they'll take their lumps. Maybe, who knows? Crazy things happen. People get injured. I mean, Tyrone Prothro, remember that one?
Southern Miss, Sweet Tea.
Oh my gosh, I was there at the game, and a former player of mine was on the sideline because he was a orthopedic surgeon, and he was there. He was based, in Alabama. That game was that in Birmingham? Was that in Tuscaloosa? I can't remember. But I was there. Can you look that up?
Yeah, I think that was a Tuscaloosa. Yep, Tuscaloosa.
Okay. Well, he was one of the, where he was, I guess, interning. He was there at the game, and he was an orthopedic. And we saw it from the. I remember it was that same end zone where I was sitting with my wife, and saw it happen. And I think Brody Croyle was quarterback. Brody Croyle, and threw it, and we saw it, and I mean, it just his leg went. And then afterwards, I talked to my guy, one former player, and everything. And he said, "Coach." He was the first one who ran up there, and he said, that guy will never play again.
Yeah.
So anyway, but crazy things happen. I mean, injuries, you never know. Stuff can happen that change the dynamic, because when that happened, all right, because it was the year before he had that crazy catch against Southern Miss, held the ball at the goal line and that kind of stuff. And I mean, guy was a great player. Speed. He was one of those back then, one of those 5'9", 5'10" speedsters, and great athlete. And it happened, and the whole the stadium, everything just went. Whoa. Everything just were stunned because everybody knew. Game changer. So stuff like that can happen, Jack. But I'm dwelling on that kind of stuff. Let's don't dwell on that. Alabama's going to kick the fool out of them, and quarterback, if he's lucky enough to finish up the season as starting quarterback, more power to him. Let him run his yeah, all that kind of crap, and we'll see what happens. And proof's in the pudding. See if he can back it up. If he can, hey, kudos to you.
There you go. Well, to put a bow on Crimson Tide Live 45, we've got the top 25 rivalries list from Scott Dockerman from The Athletic. Now, let's go ahead and just open the tab on this, shall we? So, he's got Alabama, LSU at 13, Alabama, Tennessee at 11. He's got Alabama, Auburn at number 2. Now, there's an ongoing debate of whether like Michigan, Ohio State is the best rivalry in college football, or Alabama, Auburn is the best rivalry in college football. But what I don't understand is, how is Ohio State, Penn State above Alabama, Tennessee? That I don't understand. I don't understand Alabama,
I mean,
LSU being above
I know of recent, but how many
Tennessee.
times has Ohio State, Penn State played in the past? Is that in every season
Well,
game? Is that a historical game?
Penn State and Ohio State have played each other almost annually since 1993, when Penn State joined
93. There you go.
the
See,
Big Ten.
1993.
Yeah, but I don't. Penn State, Ohio State, that doesn't scream top 10 rivalry to me. Like I don't know why, but it just doesn't to me.
Well, I mean, Penn State has not. Since Joe Paterno, not a lot going on with Penn State. So, 93. And we all know Florida, Miami. We got the field goals and all that kind of crazy stuff. And both teams at the time were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in in the nation. That kind of stuff. Florida State. I don't know.
Yeah, but that Penn State, Ohio State, nah, that doesn't scream rivalry.
Yeah. I'll go. I'm okay with Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, Oklahoma, Texas. Always a good game. Army, Navy, USC, Notre Dame, Nebraska, Oklahoma was traditional, really good, but
I just don't see Ohio State, Penn State as top.
No,
10.
I don't either. I don't either.
There's nothing about that game that screams top 10. I mean, people only get excited about when you see Penn State beating Ohio State, and that hasn't happened since 2016.
I've never really pictured Penn State with a rivalry game. I know that Pittsburgh, but but I've never Penn State, Pittsburgh would be like Georgia Tech.
No, they need to just kind of suck it up and play each other annually. Either way, I mean, it's great for college football.
And then you can scratch Nebraska, Oklahoma.
You got to see Penn State, Pittsburgh in its prime. I'm jealous, man. Like, you got to see it on TV. I get to see. Well, I did get to see it on TV, but not like in the 80s. Like, you got to see Dan Marino go against those Penn State Nittany Lions.
Like, Tony Dorsett. Way back then when Pittsburgh was really, who was the coach then? He wound up at Tennessee.
Johnny Majors.
Johnny Majors. Yeah, I was fixing that Jackie Sherrill.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State should be a lot higher. That's always really. It's not a national whatever of national interest, but they really get after it pretty good. So
I do not understand this guy's list though. It's like maybe it's just me, but
yeah, he's got some outliers out there that kind of make you want to scratch your head.
I mean, he's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've read his work, but I'm just kind of feeling like he just crammed through this list. He's like, I got to come up with something.
Yeah, I mean, it's like old. I mean, it's like based on, and he may. I mean, is it based on all time or whatever? But it's not historically accurate for rivalries today that are competitive and generate national interest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
national interest.
Well, another thing too.
Jack, for instance, when's the last time you watched USC UCLA?
I did.
You did?
I watched it last season on CBS, and the year before that, I saw it on ABC.
I hadn't watched it in years.
Oh,
I
I'm just
watched it in the 70s and part of the 80s, but the 90s, it was just. I know UCLA had the run in the 2000s, or not UCLA, USC, but I
mhm.
really. So anyway,
But yeah, like the fact is that Alabama LSU, nobody really talked about it before Nick Saban was at either school. They only really talk about it if LSU's beating Alabama. That's it.
yeah, Alabama went on that winning streak, and yeah,
I mean, like 2022, LSU was flexing. Oh, they beat Bama, but that was like the only thing they did in 2022. They got blasted by a 7-loss Texas A&M team. It's like, oh, but
yeah,
they went to the HC Toe game. It's like, I don't care. You got blasted by a 7-loss Texas A&M team. You don't do that. And yeah, I mean, like take Nick Saban out of Alabama LSU. Nobody's talking about Alabama LSU.
yeah, yeah. I think Auburn, Georgia should be higher.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they've had some great games against each other. Um, even the last 15 years.
oh
Remember
yeah.
that tipped ball?
Oh man, 2013.
Who
I was
was
in my
that?
room watching that game, November 16th, 2013.
Who was that? I was in Atlanta.
Oh man.
Who tipped that? Who was the Auburn receiver that caught it?
Oh, it was a Georgia guy that tipped it, obviously. But
Yeah,
yeah, Prayer Jordan Hare, that's a classic. Oh my
and they
god.
wound up beating Alabama that year, and everybody's like, yeah, yeah. But anyway, I think Auburn, Georgia.
Lewis, Ricardo Lewis.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
love
think Auburn,
watching.
Georgia. That should be a lot higher than where it is. I'd put it probably in front of Ohio State, Penn State.
Um, Josh Harvey Clemens was the guy that tipped the ball. Like, oh my god, like he's feeling like Bill Butner, in my opinion, where it's like
The boot.
where where it's like people are blaming him all over the place. It's like, dude, that's not all on him.
No, no.
Because like
It was a randomness of fate. It just, you know,
exactly, it's
yeah,
like
it just
if
happened.
oh, go ahead.
That was that magic season. Auburn's one of those teams. They got to have some kind of little something to, rally the troops and all that kind of stuff. Way back when, in my generation, it was beating Bear Bryant. He had a famous Alonzo Staggs record and that kind of stuff. And they had Bo Jackson, and so and then of course that happened at Georgia, and then the old Cam Newton. Everybody, he was paid to transfer. All that. So they always have to have these little rally seasons where the world's against them and that kind of stuff. Um, but anyway, just mine. But I would have Auburn, Georgia, a lot higher than where that is.
How do you have Georgia, Florida at 12? Like, good grief! It's
Yeah,
like,
that should be a lot higher. That's a fierce rivalry right there.
yeah, because I mean, it's like these top 5 rivalries. I could see why anybody can make a case for them at 1. I mean, because like you hear like USC, Notre Dame. USC said, "Well, Notre Dame needs to be like everybody else. Notre Dame needs to be in a conference like everybody else." And then what's gonna happen is you don't see Notre Dame USC playing. I don't think anybody's gonna really care about either one of them if you don't see either one of these schools playing each other.
I'll tell you something too. Notre Dame, Alabama has always been a great when those two teams play, everybody watches. So I would have had that somewhere in there, even though they don't play that much, but everybody's interested. Mm.
Well, to each their own. One of these days, I think, note to self, we may just have to make a list of this one of these days, or we can get our social media team to make a list of it. Michigan, Notre Dame. I mean, hey, that's fun. Kansas, Missouri. Yeah, But I wouldn't put Kansas, Missouri higher than Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
No,
I,
I
I don't.
wouldn't.
I don't think I'd have Ole Miss, Mississippi State higher than Clemson, South Carolina. Here's my
No,
thing: where's
the only thing
BYU,
that gripes
Utah?
me about some of this, Jack, is that some of these rivalries are not played. I mean, Oklahoma, Nebraska. Are they scheduled to play anytime soon?
Yes. Matter of fact, they are scheduled to play in the next several years. They
Every
will be,
year?
huh?
Every year or just sporadic?
No, not every year, but it's
See,
going to be in 2029 and 2030.
29?
2029.
Oh my gosh, that's
Hey,
crazy.
I'm counting down to September 15th, 2029 for that one.
Wow. Jeez. I mean, throw a rivalry like that away. And I mean, it's always on TV and the fan base and the money involved. I mean, gosh, what do they think?
You know, the Big 12 made a dumb move by not letting these schools, by not having Nebraska and Oklahoma play each other annually in 1996. That was terrible, terrible on their part.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, that's just so bad. But in conclusion, I don't think either Coach Burt's or myself like this list from Scott Dockerman at The Athletic. It's it feels like he crammed through that list.
Yeah. I mean, it's traditional rivalries and it's kind of the same all these great rivalries, and we'll just hodgepodge, maybe put them in, let AI determine it, put them in there and let AI.
Well, AI doesn't know anything about
Yeah,
college
yeah.
football.
Anyway,
Like
well,
we
somebody's
determine,
out there doing some little metric and creating measurements and blah, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, the logic but it generates interest.
like you can ask AI on how to like talk to other people. You could ask AI on how to handle a job interview or like anything important or like how to handle a text message. But never, and I mean never ask AI on research in the world of college football. AI knows nothing about college football. We have determined that here on Alabama at the Voice of College
That's
Football.
college
We've
football. You
determined it
got it,
on the
Jack.
call-in show. But when my IT guy
Amen.
was calling Jeffrey and myself, we determined that on the State of the Voice of College Football address in February of 2025, the last Monday of February 2025, which I believe was February 24th, 2025. So don't ever go to AI if you want to research anything involving college football. That's all I ask.
You got it, Jack. Amen, brother. Man, from the pulpit.
There you go, man. There you go.
Slam that fist. Put that hammer down.
There you go. Throw out the hammer.
All right, man. Good talking to you tonight.
Oh, man. Well, Coach, what have you got going on this week on Instagram and Facebook, man?
Nothing.
Oh.
You know me, Jack, I'm doing the family thing. So I'm kind of, with Coach Trimble and doing the family thing.
Yeah.
How's Kenny? Kenny doing well on your part?
He's doing all right. He's doing a little better.
Good.
Back at the house.
Dang good guy right there. I like old Kenny. That's a good uncle. He's your uncle, right?
Yep. Hey, Earl, if you're watching.
Yeah.
We can't do like the Earl Crabman routine. Like my name is Earl, so there you go.
Oh, Earl. It was old Dixie Chicks. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh man. But yeah, you can give Coach Burtz a follow and Johnny H. Burtz on Instagram and give him a friend request on Johnny.Burtz.5. And of course, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979 on my personal YouTube account, where Jeffrey, Austin, and myself had a 6-hour live stream discussing the most elite coaches in all college football. Well, it wasn't on my end. Don't look at me. I just kind of play Salt Bob for a little bit. I'm just kind of like Ferb. I speak when I need to sometimes.
How long?
6 hours and 12 minutes.
That's a good debate, man. That's a good debate.
I'm just kind of playing
You need to go
quiet.
to Oxford University over there in England and get in there in that room with them and debate with them.
I'll make sure to let Jeffrey and Austin
Yeah.
know. Like, they all get in there for sure. It's
Mm.
like, there's room for them. And you can check me out on the latest updates on Crimson Tide Live and on the Jacksonian, on Jacksonville CFB, on @/Twitter, and on Instagram and Threads, Jackson Johnson 543-908, including the latest calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show, where the weekends are full of surprises. And you can check out Crimson Tide Live and Alabama Primetime Live, which Manny Wilson will be back tomorrow night with Coach Smoot. And of course, you can check out Crimson Tide Live, Alabama Primetime Live, and each of your favorite episodes of Crimson Tide Live and each of the videos on your favorite audio platform on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeartRadio. Please leave a rating and a review. And also like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video or another episode of Crimson Tide Live or Alabama Primetime Live whatsoever. And we will see you Tuesday night and Thursday night. And roll Tide!